It's my honor to speak in front of those group of people, and I see that you are here to want to be better in what you're doing, and I appreciate it. So let's see how I'm going to be better in what I'm doing. Today, the topic of my speech will be creating a model of behavior. In general, everything what most people do follows some kind of models. How we drive, how we communicate, how we writing skills. It's all these models where we've been observing other people, or we've been learning from ourselves. And process of learning mostly coming from observing what's going on in around. One of the most interesting movies that I've been seeing about wildlife was a mother bear sitting on one side of the creek, shallow creek, with his two cubs, and all of a sudden a male bear showing up and trying to approach him. And in the wildlife, it's known when male bear showing up in this picture, he might eat those smaller cubs. What's mother bear doing? Just jumping over that shallow creek and start fighting with this bigger bear, and apparently he was kind of bigger but younger. He chased him away. Normally it's not how it's happening, but in this case, the bigger bear went away. And then somebody who was filming this whole entire scene, going and see what those cubs are doing. Within fraction of a minute, the two small bears would repeat exactly what's happening on the other side of the creek. They would start and fight each other exactly how mother bear would fight intruder in that picture. So in this, I would say it was a model of behavior where mother bear taught her young cubs how to behave. And it's one of the simplest things to understand how those models works. Going from nature of nature, let's go to how it's working in a human world. Our Toastmaster, we have our own model of behavior here, and we can see it. I just want to skip it, but you know what I'm talking about. We stand here, we smile to each other, we clap, we do this and that. It's our model of behavior on Toastmaster Club. So let's go to a more exciting thing. Let's go to the prohibition of alcohol in the United States. We have all of a sudden country decided we do not gonna have alcohol anymore, and some other country like Canada say why not? So what was going on? Gangster would go ahead in Canada, buy this liquor and transfer to Chicago or whatever, and do all this business. One of the model behavior was there. When cops trying to stop you, people would escape on the cars. It was a model of behavior for gangster in that particular time, and from that era, all these cars advance and happened to these cars, and all this Daytona 500 running started from that. It's also to what I believe coming from that model of behavior. Another interesting model of behavior was started by Frank Sinatra, if I'm not mistaken, or some other pop stars, who would actually hire a young woman before a concert, pay him some money, and when the artist was performing, this woman were going crazy and pulling her hair and did the typical fan behavior what's commonly known in this country or all over the world by now. And all this behavior were not common. It was started by paying some young woman money to behave this way. And how it's happening? Now it's typical behavior for fan almost all over the world. And it was somebody was thinking how to make it, somebody did it, now it's a typical behavior. But it also was kind of modeling for somebody else. And let's go to another model of behavior that will be up to date. Recently in Ukraine, where I came from, some separatist movement going on to destabilize some region of area of that region. And it's clear what I see on video and everything, where armed people in a unique uniform start storming in very professional way some building, and the other crowd is just observing how it's happening. And definitely those people who not belong there, who speak with different accent and have combinations that nobody from local can even possibly imagine, they were supposed to be sent from somewhere. And this event happening, and other people observing this situation, and those other people doing exactly what Mother Bear did and those two cops are doing. They observing, and what they doing, yes, they repeating this behavior. They repeating this behavior the same way like Frank Sinatra repeating behavior from all over the world, and it's become a common thing. So it's repeating what military forces are doing with AK-47. It's a self-destructive behavior. Now what I can see how people chasing the tanks in the fields and trying to stop a military unit from doing what they're supposed to do. So in this speech, what I'm trying to teach, to give you knowledge about creating a model of behavior. And throughout history, we see how this model of behavior were created to reach some goals and objectives. And when these objectives are to save somebody's lives or protect some kind of property or having fun, it's one thing. But if this model of behavior are created to make a destruction to humans' life, destruction to a state, and destruction to peace and prosperity, it's totally different thing. And in this, people should understand what they're doing. They should not just work on their initial reaction, because everybody doing that, I'll do the same just to be in the crowd of everybody. If your behavior will lead to your own destruction, you better not to do this kind of behavior. So, and thank you very much for listening to me. It was my last minute speech that I have in my back pocket. Next time I'll bring you more videos, more supporting documents, and more depth to it. But so far we have what we have. Thank you very much for your attention.